At the end of the last video, I suggested that you try this problem, finding and simplifying the difference quotient for f of x equals x squared plus 4x. That's actually getting a head start on the homework because that's question 35 in the homework. So let's just work through this together. I'm going to go ahead and draw myself a picture because I like to have pictures. Now, we haven't talked a whole lot about what this is going to look like. We're going to look at these sorts of functions, which are called quadratic functions. That's going to be any polynomial where its degree 2 is a quadratic function. We're going to talk about those in the next section, but basically it's going to be a parabola. So we've seen this sort of shape before. I'm going to just draw a sketch that's actually roughly accurate, but you don't need an accurate picture even if you want to have a picture. You just need a place to put your points. Okay, so I'm going to have a point whose x value is x, and then the y value would be x squared plus 4x. Now notice there are two places where x occurs in that formula. So when I'm looking at this at x plus h, I'm going to have to plug in x plus h in each of those input positions. So if I have a point whose x value is x plus h, that's going to give me that was squared. There we go. That's going to give me the quantity x plus h squared plus 4 times the quantity x plus h. So both inputs get replaced with an x plus h. All right, so then I've got, there's my secant line, and the difference quotient is just the slope of the secant line, which is just rise over run. So the rise is going to be this y value, x plus h squared plus 4 times x plus h, minus this y value. Now do be careful here, because the y value has two terms, you've got to make sure that you put that in parentheses. As we simplify, we're going to have to distribute that negative so that we're subtracting both terms. And then the run is just x plus h minus x, which of course simplifies to h. All right, so now I want to simplify this. It looks like I need to work out the top. So x plus h squared, I know that that's x plus h times x plus h. Very common mistake to try to distribute that exponent. That's going to completely mess you up because it's not going to simplify nicely then. Okay. All right. Actually, it might simplify, but it's going to simplify to the wrong thing. Okay. Now here, I'm going to distribute the 4, so that's going to become plus 4x plus 4h. And here, I need to distribute that negative. Forgetting to distribute that negative will make it so that things don't simplify. And then the bottom, I've just got h. So it looks like what's left for me to do is to FOIL out that x plus h squared. So that's going to give me x squared plus outsides and insides give me 2 copies of xh plus h squared plus 4x plus 4h and then minus x squared minus 4x all over h. So we've got some stuff on top that cancels. The x squared and the minus x squared will cancel, and the 4x and the minus 4x will cancel. And what's really nice about that is that, I'm sorry, this was 4h. I miswrote it. Right here, we were distributing the 4. We should have gotten 4x plus 4h. I miscopied that as a 4x. Okay, so what canceled was everything that didn't have an h in it. So let's see. What's left, we should have an h in every term on the top if we've done this right. So we've got 2xh plus h squared plus 4h. Those were the 3 terms that didn't cancel, and that's all over h. Since there's an h in every term on top, I can factor it out. And what's left then is 2x plus h plus 4 over h. Now I can cancel that h, but I'm going to need to record then that h cannot be 0. And again, that's because I don't want to change the domain of this expression, which did not include h values of 0. But geometrically, if h was the signed distance between my x values, if h was 0, I wouldn't have 2 points, so I wouldn't be able to calculate a secant line. It takes 2 points to determine that line. All right, so there's our answer to number 35, and that wraps up section 1.8 for us.